Hey guys, it's Sophia and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I'm going to be doing a tutorial on how to teach you how to build like a tormented, possessed, virus infected house. I do apologize for my voice, I am still a little bit sick. I think it's just that time of the season change where I start to get my allergies coming on, so I am very sorry about that. There's not much I can do, I'm trying. So this will be the fourth video in my Ugly Block-ling series. As I just showed you, there was my sponge, granite and pepper block house, and today will be the magma block house. So shout out down below to Rodrigo Montez who requested the magma block house. I've kind of gone for a very creative theme with this one, and I will actually be accenting it with the netherrack block. Because they're both from the nether, I think they complement each other quite well. So that's why I'm going with those two. So like I mentioned, this is a very creative house. I suppose it would be good for any houses if you want to build your house in the nether, or if you've got like a Halloween build, or you're building an evil kind of house or something evil out in the forest. This will be a really good house for you to build. I've kind of gone for the idea that the house is infected with something, like it's a virus or possessed and it's spreading out over the land. So that's kind of what I'm going for with this house. You want to be making it 8 blocks wide and 8 blocks long, except the sides of the house we're going to be indenting in right on the inside, so you've kind of got the windows sticking out. It's up to you if you want to do this or not. You could have the building straighter in a row and then kind of like have window sills onto your house. It's up to you what you'd like to do. So I'm just making my front door area here, just a very simple overhang I'll be giving to my house. This is the haunted house kind of style house, so it's that old rickety looking quirky roof house. So I'm just trying to give lots of roof overhangs, and I'll be doing quite a quirky roof on top. You can kind of see my planter house in the background over there. I'm just replacing the magma block for the base here because I am going to be using the brick as my base. That was just an accident on my part. Your windows, you want to be making them 3 blocks high and then doing a extra block on top to kind of have a curved look to them. And you also want to fill in your inside sections there completely to the top with the block as well. For my walls there, I have used the grey hardened clay block because it's quite a nice contrasting colour. It's not too dark, and because it's quite a plain texture it looks really nice. It's also kind of got that haunted house feeling of that dark kind of purple, which is what the nether brick achieves as well. If you're playing in the new version of Minecraft, maybe go for something like the black concrete, because it could be quite cool to have the really dark black with the magma block, or you could go for a grey. I'm just going to create my roof now. I'm basically going to go all around the edge of the building and then do a overhang with cobblestone. So I have finished my roof now. I'm just creating some inside details on these wall sections here, just to kind of cut through the look of the magma block a little bit. But don't worry, I will be adding lots more magma block to this build because it's meant to look like the house is possessed or is infected with something. We kind of want to make it look like it's spreading out. So we will actually be using a lot of magma block, kind of making little spread out virus streaks, I suppose you could say, in the land, and then we'll be building up the walls more with the magma block as well. I'm just building my second floor now, so I'm going 2 blocks high with the magma and then 3 with the grey hardened clay. Now that that's done, we're going to be starting on the quirky roof. So I'm just going for a really random design. You could go with as high or as tall as you want. You could even go really tall if you wanted. I've just come up with this random roof kind of design here. I'm using the nether brick for my top roof as well to match the bottom. On the sections that you've got your roof one block higher than a staircase kind of level, you want to be doing bricks and then a stair on top, or 2 bricks and a stair on top. And I'm just going to do my accents now as well. The one different thing we're going to do though is we're going to make an overhang with the roof, so you're going to kind of bring it out naturally, if that makes sense. So you want to kind of make the roof look like it has a natural progression for a little overhanging curve. Something that you could do that I didn't do, if you want to add some more detail, you could hang something from the end of the roof. Maybe you could use the iron bars. You could use the iron bars, you could do a little hanging light or something like that, like a little, or you could do a hanging cave if you want to make it look really evil if you're doing Halloween themed. You could do anything you really want for decoration. I've tried to keep it quite simple, and you can add more or less, it depends what you would like to do, but a little hanging accent from the end of the roof there could be a little cool design if you want to do that too. So I'm just going to I'll finish off this side as well so you can see how to do one side of the roof, but then I will skip ahead past me doing the other side. So now that I've done my roof, I'm going to add some detail on top just with iron bars, so it's kind of got that gable look. So I'm just going to do my iron bars on top, just on the roof here. So that's all done, and I'm going to add some inside details to my roof here. So this is kind of like the overhang details or the support beams on the undersides of the roof. I'm going to actually change this to the nether fence though, because it looks a little bit better. You just want to add as much detail as you can, because the magma block will be taking away from everything a little bit. So the more little details you can add here and there, the better your house is going to look. I'm going to replicate that on the other side, and I'm also going to add some details under the roof. So because the roof is quite short, doing blocks like that, I think it's a little bit too wide. Doing the fence, it looks a little bit too awkward. Sometimes you can do fences, the staircases, and it can look okay. But I think the staircases are a little bit too wide, so I'm going to stick with the white trapdoors, because I think the white's a colour that can go with anything. So the white looks quite nice as a little kind of like support beam detail. And on each wall on my upper floor here, we're going to add some windows. We're going to add more detail by adding the fence underneath the windowsill, so it kind of looks like it's got a little, like a window balcony, if that makes sense to you. And I'm going to use light grey for my windows, because I've tried using the black before, but because I find the black's a little bit more see-through while the grey is a little bit more murky. So we're going to go with the grey. I'm just going to make a little windowsill cover with the cobblestone and add some little details underneath with the trapdoor. So I'm going to fill in my windows downstairs, but one more detail that we might add might probably be a chimney. So I'm going to also add some doors. For my doors, I'm going to use the dark oak for that kind of Victorian Gothic feel. They're probably the most regal kind of looking, which you will find in old style houses. And I'm just going to add a rickety kind of old chimney on top with some stone brick, some cobblestone fencing, cobblestone slab, and a trapdoor. And I'm then going to add some detail by using cobwebs for smoke. Oh, sorry, I mean no cobblestone slab, that's my fault there, just the trapdoor. So there is basically your house now. We're going to have you can see my design one over there. One thing we are going to do is add a back door. Normally every house will have a back door to get to their backyard. So we're just going to add a really simple one. Just basically putting a little overhang over the back door area that's built into the overhang that's already above it. So now we're going to start on the virus effect. So I'm going to be using 5 blocks in total to have this effect looking like the virus that's possessing the house starting to grow into the overworld, like infecting it. So we're going to be using Magma Block as the main kind of block. I think it actually gives quite a cool effect because the magma has the animation effect in it. It kind of reminds me of, I don't know if maybe I'm thinking of the wrong game. I think it might be Destiny or maybe Mass Effect with the hive. But it kind of has that like alien nesting kind of beehivey feel to it, if you get my groove, if you play any games like that. But it kind of looks like a glowing kind of infecting nest type beehive deal. So I'm going to go with the Magma Block because of the animations, and then I'm going to accent the swirls on the sides with the netherrack and also the obsidian because I think it looks quite nice. Sorry about my dog there. You'll see though that I'm actually building it up to the second floor, so that's what I meant by you're gonna actually have a lot of Magma Block featured in this house. So you kind of want to make it look like it's growing up the house. So kind of trail it and curve it around a lot, give it patterns. You'll also be using the netherrack and the obsidian and curling that up the house as well. I'll show you what I'm doing to the house, and I'll also show more of the ground and how I'm accenting with the netherrack and obsidian. I'm not going to show every little detail of how I do this because it would take up a fair bit of the video, and I'm trying to make these short for you guys so you get the idea and you can do it on yourself, but I'm also showing you enough that it's not too difficult for you. So what you want to be doing, which I'll show in a second, you want to be doing your curves with your block, and then you want to kind of accent the sides with the netherrack and then go around that a little bit more with the obsidian. So what you're doing is you're kind of accenting the curves and showing them off more. It gives the effect that they stick out. You'll see what I mean when I zoom out a little bit. And then as you can see, I'm trailing the obsidian up now, so you won't mostly magma, but here and there do the obsidian. What I'm going to do though, once I finish doing my virus kind of curves that are coming off the house into the land, I'm then going to accent those completely around with soul sand, and then I'm going to go around that with the coarse dirt. So the reason I'll be doing that is because if something's infecting something, you would assume that it's killing off the real world. So as you can see, it kind of looks like as it's growing, it's killing off the dirt and the land that's around it, if that makes sense to you. So I think it's quite a cool effect. I've also simply just placed some random netherrack, obsidian and magma blocks here and there around the base of the house, so it kind of looks like it's growing up as well, so it's not just so much flat ground house up. So I've got a few random blocks here and there, so it kind of looks like it's growing over the house a little bit as well to make it look a bit the virus look overgrown. So I'm going to be focusing on my backyard now. I'm going to show you a few things and I'll do the rest by myself. So I'm just putting my front gate here. I think this design looks quite nice. My fence design, I am going to be using the wire fence because when I think haunted old houses that you see in movies, typically they got old wire fences. You could go higher than one, or you could do, I'm just kind of making it broken, so here and there bits joint like that. If you wanted, you could do, if you wanted it a bit higher, you could go 2, or you could even go 1 and then do sections randomly that are too high, so it looks like the fence was 2 blocks high, but it's so old it's worn away and now it's 1 block high. And then I'm going to add some accenting details in the fences that match the front fence here and there, so it gives the effect that there was a whole like proper fence, but it's kind of worn away with time. And what I'm doing here is just making a broken fence. I'm kind of making it look like the pillar has fallen over basically. So now we're going to add some plants, which is going to be quite hard because this is a dead environment kind of. So what I've come up with in my head, it could be up to you that what you'd like to do. I'm using dark oak for where the tree starts in the virus section, but I'm using the spruce oak for where it's coming out over the green. So what you're kind of going for with the effect here is that the tree was originally normal and it was bright and vibrant with oak green leaves, but where it's getting affected it's dying off, which is why I'm using the spruce and the dark oak wood there. So what you'll see I'll do, I'll kind of intertwine the oak with the spruce, but you're kind of going for the effect that the virus is also taking over the nature. So I will also replicate this by doing birch leaves, birch in the areas of the virus, and then oak bushes in the area that are green and not yet overcome by this virus house thing. And I'll also add some more details with cobwebs, and I'll add a couple more trees, one completely dead, and we'll add some stones. But as you can see, I've now kind of got my dead garden going on here. I've added lots of stone. I've made some shrubs out of the spruce saplings with barriers on top. I've got some dead trees in the dead areas in the dirt. I've just put barrier blocks on top to stop my spruce growing. I've got a little outdoor area that's stone, so it's kind of got that old dilapidated feeling. I also decorated the interior of my house, just very simple. I've done the flooring in the dark oak because that's kind of Gothic Victorian. They had a lot of dark oaks. And I'm going to quickly add for some lighting outside my house torch, but you can see how it's growing like that into the landscape. I'm going to add torches. If you want to add a kind of cool looking effect I thought of afterwards, get some like glowstone and some red glass. Go like 2 deep glowstone and 2 red glass on top and put it in amongst the virus, and don't have torches, and then it'll kind of look like your virus is glowing, which could be a really cool effect as well. But there we go. There is my virus possessed magma block house for my Ugly Block-ling series. Please like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video. Comment down below with anything you would like me to do. But like always guys, thank you. Bye.